All right, y'all. It's Sakari Turn the Page. I am your spiritual teacher, and we are going to cover leaving the root chakra. I am a non-denominational Christian, so I will be referencing verses from the Bible. But to pair the Bible with other teachings, it is important to study whatever topic you're studying, but then find other literature on that topic and compare and contrast them, and then read it as many times as you need to for a deeper meaning so that you can spiritually understand it. Okay, so the chakra system. The chakra system is a spiritual line within the body that is physically present. So this line has been compared to a snake. It is your spine, and it has 7 areas of contact, or 7 points, and they all coincide to other areas of the body as well as spirituality. So now we are going to talk about the root chakra and leaving the root chakra. And it is important that we master this chakra to go on to the next one. So I'm going to read you something from a book. This book that I have is called The Chakra Energy Cards by Walter Lubeck. And on page 175, it says, the major chakras. First energy center, root chakra. Location, base of the coccyx. So that's at the base of your spine, right behind your pelvis. The first chakra radiates downward out of the perineum toward the earth. Polarization is yang. The functions are survival and self-preservation in the broadest sense. Preservation of the species, structure, grounding, dealing with material constraints, fight and flight, sexual vitality, capacity for work, basic trust, ability to withstand strain, source of vital strength for the entire organism and the energy system, will, energy for short-term activities, related organs and organ functions, everything solid in the body, bones, blood, formation, cell renewal, teeth, adrenal glands, anus, legs, and vitality of the blood. So what we see is that root chakra, the base, is basically your trust and a need that you have. Now, let's go to the Bible. I want to go there because in spiritual teachings, we always have to be in the spirit. We have to have a spiritual awakening. We cannot stay in the physical. And I know it is easier said than done, but with work and committing to this every day, we can do it. So let's go to Romans chapter 11, verses 7 and 8. What then, Israel, failed to obtain what it was seeking? The elect obtained it, but the rest were hardened. As it is written, God gave them a spirit of stupor, eyes that would not see, and ears that would not hear, down to this very day. So now, as we're lifting ourselves from the root chakra, or even just being aware of what our root chakra is and how we can control it and move up the chakra system, we have to be awake. We have to open our eyes. We have to open our ears. And even if it's something that we don't want to hear, even if it's something that we don't want to see, we have to be able to see it and hear it, accept it for what it is, and process it accordingly. So now, let's look at another book that I have here. Again, whatever topic that you are researching for your spirituality, you have to have several different books or several different readings about it so that you can compare, contrast, and study it. So now, this book here is Spells, Ceremonies, and Magic. Now, I do not want you all to be heightened or alarmed about words such as spells or magic. Um, these are words that you can use to your benefit. Everything has a goodness, everything has a badness. You have to pick the goodness out of it and use it to help yourself. So now, this book, let me read it again to you and tell you who the author is. It is the complete book of Spells, Ceremonies, and Magic by Mijin Gonzalez Whippler. It is a good book. They talk about so many different things. Now, let's go to page 98. Now, on 98, chapter 10, they give us a very in-depth breakdown of the astral plane. Now, of course, I'm not going to read all of this to you, but we are going to read a few sentences from this because you need to know and understand the astral plane. So, background is this. We live in two realms. We live in a physical realm, and then we also live in a spiritual realm. That spiritual realm is called the astral plane. That spiritual realm shares the physical. So that means what? That means that the spirit world is here. The physical world is not in the spiritual world, but the spiritual world is in the physical world. So now, the astral plane. The astral plane is the working ground of the magician. Again, these words, magician, magic, spells, you'll hear that in a lot of my teachings. It's not evil. It's not going against whatever faith you practice. You have to use these things to help you spiritually. Okay. In that tenuous and dreamlike world, he can find the truth about things past and to come. He can also find the gods and demons, genomes, fairies and salamanders, the archangels, angels, and elemental forces of nature. The astral plane holds both the secret of power and the key to the creation of miraculous effects on the physical plane. The astral plane has often been defined as the realm of visual imagination. Before we take an astral voyage, we should first try to understand what mystics and magicians mean when they speak of such things as planes, astrals, ethereal auras, and the bodies of man. Most people think of themselves as a mind within a body. So now, understand, you are a spiritual being living in a physical body on a physical plane or in a physical plane. The astral plane is where your spiritual essence is. That's where you really are, the spiritual plane. So if you've ever had any weird dreams or whatever, you need to keep some type of notebook by you. And when you wake up, you need to write these dreams down because that is where you are spiritually. And all that happens is when you leave and you go where you are really in the spirit realm, then you come back here on the physical plane. So now, I had another verse that I wanted to read to you, but I didn't want to spend too much time looking for it. I try to have all my notes and everything ready, but that part, I think I missed it, and I don't want to waste any time on this recording looking for it. So we are going to end there, and we will pick up another time. Be blessed, and do not forget to like, share, subscribe, comment. Also, I have music available. You can go to the Apple Music for that. I also have my 7 Steps of Escaping Domestic Violence. It is actually in both Amazon. I don't have any physical copies yet, but I do have the Nook versions. You can get that at Barnes & Noble online or Amazon online. Amazon has Kindle. You can purchase it there. Also, acting, DKQ Arts NOLA, they're still producing The Chase. Of course, they stopped at episode 3. We're hopeful to get it picked up at some point. You are welcome to go over there, DKQ Arts NOLA, and view that. Also, comedy show The Bench is coming up. All right. Talk to you guys soon. Love you. Later.